And that's kind of where things are. So whenever I accepted the fact that you're going to lose people, be okay with that. Once I got comfortable in understanding that, I was like, okay, it is what it is. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tazz, and you are listening to or watching the Intro Podcast. And of course, y'all already know how we do. The one and only JR is in the house. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
I gotta talk to you like bro. Nah. What's up, baby? How you doing, baby?
Oh, Lord.
Y'all gotta stop thinking I'm not gonna be me when I'm talking to this man. Y'all don't understand what's going on. But before we start the show, of course, I'm nosy and I always like to get the tea. So what's going on in your life?
Not too much, man. Just had a good birthday week, and
Happy birthday, belated, and all of that.
Why, thank you. Just trying to get back to normal now.
You know, you still getting birthday likes on my Facebook page. Like, we got one today while we were getting food. I'm like, this nigga birthday was last year.
I'm still getting happy birthdays on my Facebook. Like, it was a whole week ago, literally 7 days ago.
But what we need to do, instead of getting birthday likes, get birthday gifts.
Yeah, give me all the gifts.
Cash App, Zelle.
Don't start. I will put all of that up in.
We have a lower third right there. Yeah, anything you did.
Cash out me lunch money
Cash
for my
out.
birthday. I want some crab legs. What ain't the women do? I want some crab legs.
You know, whenever niggas get a lot of money, first thing they do, crab legs and
crab
steaks
legs.
and going down to the restaurants that they can only eat at once a year.
Yep.
I'm like, y'all doing too much. How's the family doing?
Everybody's good. Tazz goes to Air Force tomorrow.
Man.
That's gonna be an adventure for him.
Where's his excitement now?
It's hard to gauge because it's bittersweet. He got to leave everything he's ever known.
Yeah.
To go to this new place.
Unknown territory.
And pretty much cut off from society. It's like,
Yeah.
These kids, we was talking about this. These kids were raised on internet and technology.
Yes, they were.
So to be without a phone for 8 weeks.
Wait, so no phone at all?
Nothing.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Uncle Sam and Uncle Bobo and Auntie Shell, I love y'all, but no mail.
Yeah, they can't have that. You can't be in basic training with a phone.
But what happened? I need to know what's going on Instagram and TikTok.
Why do you need to? It'll be there in 8 weeks when you get done.
Golly. Now look, in case you guys don't know, we have officially launched our new social networking app and site called Topics. ilovetopics.com. There you can find out about the app. I'm excited about it. Within the last show, JR did decide to develop a profile.
I'm horrible at social media.
But have not said nothing to nobody yet.
I follow some people.
Shout out to my number one communicator on the podcast. I mean, on the app, and avid listener to the podcast, Ebony. What's up, mommy? Thank you so much for just talking to a brother. Maybe we can get JR to talk before the end of the year.
I'm gonna make some comments on it. Y'all know I'm horrible at social media. That's why I don't do Facebook and stuff.
No, I asked JR yesterday. He sent me a video, not that kind of video, y'all.
What?
I'm just saying because they be thinking he don't send me those no more. He sent me a video, and I was like, post this on the Topics app. JR, what was your response to why you couldn't post my video that I wanted you to post?
I said, I don't know how. I sound like a 14-year-old white girl. I don't know how to do that.
I don't. We are never going to be successful because JR don't want to post on the app.
It's not that I don't want to post. I just don't know how to do stuff. My free time is very, very, very limited. And don't worry, the app is coming soon. Once we get the app up and going, I'm pretty sure I'll make it a lot easier.
No, there's an app right now.
There's an app right now?
See, it just goes to show how often he don't even go to the website. Because whenever you go to the website, a big pop-up comes from the bottom, download this app.
Really?
Who
I
y'all,
gotta get the
JR?
app. I'm behind.
Ebony, thank you so much.
I am behind.
For being a part of the Topics app and being an avid user and being an avid listener to the podcast. Mentioning you today because you be waiting to see the podcast.
Why you look at me like that?
Because she be waiting to see the podcast. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
She liked the podcast video for some reason. And it's not because...
Here we go.
I'm just
Here
saying.
we go, the light skin theories.
Theories of truth. We chat. So I be knowing stuff.
Oh, Lord. But what's going on on your side of town? Uh-oh.
The power of boundaries.
What?
It's funny that you should ask that question, and I didn't think about that whenever I picked this topic, but today's topic is my whole entire life right now.
Oh, well, let's go.
Oh my God. I've learned over the last couple of years, but now starting to actually use the knowledge that I've learned about appreciating the people that show up.
Yeah.
And not being so concerned about those who don't.
You cannot.
Because I'm learning that whether it be friends, relationships, or even family, sometimes we try to force people in places who are not capable of handling us accordingly.
Yeah, we do.
And whenever we hold them accountable and they let us down, we get in our feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I've been in my feelings for the last 2 weeks dealing with people who I thought because of who they are to me and what you say you will do, I actually believed that.
Yeah.
But then now it's like, nah, fool, like we just say what we need to say just to get by type shit.
That's how it is.
And yeah, go.
You gotta learn that in life, the people who you want to do certain things may not be the person that a higher power assigned to do those certain things. You got to keep that in the front of your mind. Otherwise, it will mess with you.
It's funny. After the show, I'm posting the video that I did while I was in Irving today. And I literally said those exact words.
Oh, well.
Sometimes we want people because it look good. Especially in relationships, like sometimes we pick the relationship that look good. It look good on paper.
Yep.
But the reality is the actual community of the relationship is horrible because like whenever we're out, because we want people to believe that we're happy and that we're in love, we can play the part. Like I was watching, I'm catching up on the TV show The Chi.
Okay.
First of all, dope show. If you haven't watched The Chi, watch it. Papa's Pulpit is my favorite. Papa is a dope little guy. Yeah, you gotta watch it. You haven't watched it yet.
Y'all resemblance got anything to do with that?
Shut the hell up. Papa's Pulpit is really dope. So on the show, there's a guy. I'm not gonna say names. I'll just give the synopsis. This guy's running for a political seat in the city. In order to solidify his position, he's told, this is who your girl needs to be. This is who your girlfriend needs to be in the public eye so that the public will accept you, yada, yada. Yeah. Well, in reality, he's actually attracted to trans.
Yeah.
So in order to get the vote, he gets with this heterosexual female
actress, as I call her,
and play the game as long as he can. But the night that he actually announced his run for candidacy, because he met another trans who played the part of a reporter, and he fell in love with her. The night that he declared his candidacy, he was like, y'all voting for me or y'all want me to run because y'all feel like y'all know me. Truth of the matter is y'all don't know me at all because I've been playing the game.
Yeah.
This girl right here, she my girl. We're not even in love. Fact of the matter is, I met somebody else. So what looked good on paper, me being with this person, I could have won the election, but I'd have been miserable the whole time.
There you go.
Because either I would have been miserable I would have cheated.
One or the other.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I've had situations where, whenever I was playing that role of being straight or being a heterosexual male, I was like, for me, because I knew what my attraction was, I was like, it's best for me to leave. Because if I don't leave, I promise I'm gonna cheat on you. And it's not even a thought. Like, I know I'm gonna cheat because I know what I want. So what looks good on paper don't necessarily look good in my life.
Right.
But the topic for today, and it's along the lines, because for me, I'm dealing with issues where people who I thought were supposed to be there, you know, that said that they were going to be there, the love and the support, yada, yada, caring about you. Like, I recently learned that, you know, about a month or so ago, I was in the hospital for a week or so. And people who I expected to be there, to call, to text, or whatever, that you knew should be there,
yeah,
I get absolutely nothing. What something happens to somebody else that's really close to me in the family, and everybody's there.
Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself, you know, what happened to the family aspect that says family just gonna be there for family? I went through surgeries, I went through procedures, I went through everything, and I didn't even get the text message.
Yeah.
But this last situation, people were taking off work, coming, sitting for 2-3 hours, going to work, getting off work, coming back. And I'm looking at them like, what is the difference between y'all supporting me or being there for me or making sure that I'm good than being here now? It's the same. We all family, but I can't get that. But then I thought about it. You know what the situation is, sure.
Yeah.
And years ago, whenever my mom passed, I had to become stable mentally to understand that once I decided to say, this is who I am, I had to be okay with losing not just people, but losing family.
It's part of growth.
Because my family, although y'all they so churchy that it's scary. It's like, as long as it's not homosexuality, God gonna forgive you.
I still don't even understand that.
Everything else is gold. Like, y'all got babies out of wedlock.
Yeah.
Y'all can do all this stuff.
Yeah, because society says it's okay.
We gonna throw baby showers.
Even though the church does it, society says it's okay.
And that's kind of where things are. So whenever I accepted the fact that you're going to lose people, be okay with that. Once I got comfortable in understanding that, I was like, okay, it is what it is.
I can teach a class on that.
Yeah.
I got family I don't talk to.
Yeah.
I got family that don't know my phone number.
Yeah.
This is like immediate family.
I have
like,
family that don't even know that I live where I live.
That just is what it is. You gotta get comfortable with knowing that everybody's not gonna be on your journey for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to lose people. You're gonna have to get rid of dead weight in order for you to grow and prosper. Yeah, it's just part of life. If you ask anybody that's older, they'll tell you that. They probably got a brother, sister, cousin somewhere out there that's probably within a 10-mile range of where they live at, and they probably ain't talked to in years. You count the mileage now.
5 exits away.
There you go. It's how life happens. Yeah. You know, you ain't meant to stay close to somebody just because you have the same bloodline as that person.
Just because you my bloodline don't mean you my kind.
There you go. Yep.
And which goes back to what I was saying before, to be able to accept the ones that show up, because the ones that are your blood, or the ones who've been here forever and ever, you know, might, because they're not ordained to be that to you. Because I honestly do believe that there are some people that we try to force and fit in our life now and carry them the distance. If they're not supposed to be a part of that destiny, I don't care if it's family, friends, relationship, work, whatever, God will cause situations to happen that will literally make y'all go separate ways.
Yeah.
Because he's so concerned and so dedicated to make sure that you get there.
Yep.
That whenever we have the wrong people attached, because some people, we just want them to go.
Yep.
And God is like, because I didn't ordain them to be that, you won't get there.
Yep.
But I want you to get there so bad that I will create something that you see that they're not good for you. Now, whether or not you believe it after you see it is up to you.
That's the thing.
Because I was talking to somebody at my hotel yesterday. Saturday. And you know how, like, whenever we need God to show us something, we'd be like, God, give me a sign. God, give me a sign. God, give me a sign. And he throw every sign in the world. You'll be listening to the radio and somebody will just start talking about something and it's the sign you need. Or you'll be driving down the street and you'll see something. Or you'll be watching TV and you'll see something. It's like God giving you every single sign.
Yep.
But you still ignore it.
So then what ends up happening is that you end up trying to drag that person down that path.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I told you, everybody got their own path.
Yeah.
You end up trying to drag that person down the path with you. Now you're still getting where you got to go,
mm-hmm.
but at a drastically slower and more stressful pace.
Yeah.
Because of it. Got to let go of that dead weight.
I believe that whenever we do that, let's say, for instance, even with what we do with Spotlight, with the podcast, with the app, with the music, with your fashion, us trying to bring somebody into our business who's not supposed to be that, but they make our vision their vision.
I mean, we did that already, didn't we?
Prime example. Just so that they can be a part of it, they dedicate themselves to try to form who they are to what we're doing.
Yeah.
And because it's not the right fit, God has to create a situation to where, and the way it happens sometimes is so unique because we don't even have to tell people to leave.
Yeah.
In certain instances, they will become frustrated enough with themselves that they'll walk away before we even be like, look, this is not it.
Yeah. Because what he did was, he's subtle at first.
Yeah.
He give you the sign.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, well, I also like to say he has a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the signs, warning, it's like being on the freeway and you see construction signs.
Yeah.
Road ends this many miles.
Pothole.
You see it, but you're like, just keep going. It's probably nothing.
Ways out. There's a police officer ahead.
You see it, you keep going. He's like, okay, throw another one out there. Road ends 1,000 feet. And instead of getting off,
accelerate,
or turning around, you still going at the same pace, in the same direction.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get there and suddenly the road ends. What do?
Crash and burn.
Those are the only two options. You
Yeah.
can crash and burn, and you can actually listen to the signs that you've been given in the first place.
That you were given an hour ago.
And so then when you get to that road, when it ends, what do you see? One big sign, a big roadblock.
Yeah.
This is the biggest sign I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
The biggest obvious sign I'm going to show you. And that's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
That's exactly how life works. He give you that last big oblivious sign to where if you don't want to watch the signs,
Yeah.
I'm going to make you pay attention.
And with that illustration, what happens is because we're going so fast down that road, he'll give you the sign 1 second before you're about to kill yourself.
Yep.
one more chance for you to see.
Yep.
Slow down before you kill yourself.
Yep.
And oftentimes, a lot of people, because they're so dedicated to getting somewhere that they don't even see that last sign, and they end up crashing and burning.
Those would be people that think they could jump the bridge in a car.
Yep. They've been watching too much Magnum PI.
If I go faster, I can make it to the other side. So you think your car is gonna float in the air?
They've been watching Fast and Furious. That's what that is.
And we don't even get me started on that. You know they almost got rid of Paul Walker in that series because of that.
For real.
Because he's a car guy and I'm a car guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you watch certain stuff or you hear certain ideas, you like, that's not possible for a car to do without killing it. I don't care how heavy your suspension is, like, it's not possible. And so Paul Walker was bringing logic to the table when making those movies, and it was like, nah, you just got to see how it's going to turn out. It's going to look sick. It's like, yeah, but how many cars do we actually have to abolish before we get this shot right?
I be looking at the $1 million cars in these movies that they basically crash and burn.
Yep. Sometimes they'll go through 3, 4, even 5 of the same car to get the right shot. Because if you get it wrong one time, you know how much money is being wasted.
You mess up my Lamborghini one good time, and I'm done with you. But again, we go through so many different. God gives us so many opportunities over and over. Like, he'll give us one, we'll shoot that one. Give us another one, we'll shoot that one. Give us another one, we'll shoot that. Until it's like, I'm not going to keep on doing this.
Yep.
Because you asking me to show you something, I'm showing you, and you just ignoring me.
Yep. It's like, let me get these small signs first.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got one more ace in the hole.
One more. Oh, you're going to see it. That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
I'm going to set you back 10 years if you don't listen to, if you don't follow this sign.
And then whenever we get the setback, it's like, was I really even supposed to be there? So is this really the destination? It really is the destination. You just put yourself in a situation to where what you thought you saw in front of you was really there. But because you didn't go the right route to get there, you're starting all over again in some cases.
Yep. Sometimes you do.
And I'm tired of starting over. So, like, I noticed that, some things to certain people are toxic, and you have to understand how to handle them. And it's okay to set boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
With friends, with family, with work, with relationships. I think every part of your life should have boundaries, because without those boundaries, you'll get to a point to where you can get so tired of the back and forth of the toxicity to where you don't even want to try to experience anything other than that, because you're so used to it.
And I've been there. Trust me, it's horrible. When you start waking up every day feeling like, why am I even here? Why am I even doing this? It gets to that point. And if you don't get out of that situation,
yes, sir, it's
going to turn you down a dark path.
Or you get off of work, and instead of going straight home, you drive around the block a couple times.
Man, when I tell you, I done took the scenic route home.
Yes, sir.
So many times in my past.
Go to a store and just park.
You know how many times I think this is why I got so good at electronics.
Oh, Lord.
I would go to, like, Best Buy
and
just walk around.
Yep.
I'm killing time.
That's exactly it.
I will be in the store for an hour and don't buy nothing.
Yep.
At one point, they thought I was stealing because I'm going to Best Buy just so I can avoid going home.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, like, you're always in here.
You ain't buying nothing.
But you hardly ever buy anything.
Yeah.
And it hit me at that point. It was like, I'm really that miserable going home.
Yeah.
That other people notice it.
Yeah.
Too. Like, something got to change.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to set those boundaries, because you will be a miserable and unhappy person if you don't.
So just a couple. We'll pick this up on the next couple shows, but let's talk about the power of boundaries in dealing with difficult people. It says difficult people can be challenging, but establishing clear boundaries can make a difference. The first one is knowing your limits.
Yes, sir.
Understand your emotional, physical, and mental limits. Identify what makes you feel uncomfortable or stressed in different situations.
Which we kind of just touched on.
We just touched on that one, so let's go to the next one.
Be clear about your needs. Determine what you need from others to feel respected, supported, and safe within a relationship or interaction. And that's a relationship with anybody, regardless if it's spouse, a loving relationship, even a friendship.
Mm-hmm. Communicate assertively. Express your boundaries clearly and confidently. Use I statements to communicate how you feel and what you need without blaming or accusing others. One of the biggest things that I've learned in setting boundaries is how I tell you what I want and what I don't want.
Yeah.
Because you can be real about what you're saying, but if you're timid or you don't use the right words, people don't take you serious.
Nope.
Relationship wise, like I'm really, really big now on communicating what I want in relationships since my situation with Emmanuel.
Oh yeah.
Because we were in I allowed me to be put in a situation to where because I didn't communicate it with him, I didn't set boundaries, I allowed myself to be used or prostituted in a way that I would have never done before. Like in going into relationships, for me now, number one boundary, don't get into a relationship with me in a getting to know stage and want sex.
Yeah.
Because sex complicates everything.
Man, listen, especially if you got some good sex.
Some good sex.
Then
some good sex that blow your mind, make your toes curl and your eyes cross. Like you get a Charlie horse in your leg sex.
And now we know why your opinion was the way it was. But that also segues great into our next one. It says start early. Set boundaries early in a relationship or when a situation arises. It's easier to establish and maintain boundaries from the beginning, which a lot of us don't do. We want to wait until later on after we don't like something to go ahead and set the boundary. No, set the boundary in the beginning. That way that person knows what to expect and you know that they know what you expect and you should be able to move forward from there.
But to me, a number one reason why people don't set boundaries in the beginning is because I'm so attracted to this relationship or I want to be accepted by this group of people so much that I'm willing to accept. Right now, I'm willing to accept whatever it takes to get in. Then after I get in there, if I feel uncomfortable, then I'll say something. But it's too late by then because you've already let your guard down.
Well, see, that comes from a place of wanting to be accepted somewhere where you don't necessarily belong.
Yeah,
and
which is my life. But go ahead.
But that's a self-confidence issue, in my opinion. That's something that you can work out in therapy. Also,
I do need a therapist.
If you just want to be accepted somewhere in your life, then you'll do anything to get your foot in the door, and you'll sit there and grit your teeth and bear it.
Yeah.
The entire time, knowing that you're not happy with something, but you'll deal with it for the time being because you feel like it's the only way you're going to be accepted.
For me, yeah, for me, I just leave it at that. I could talk about that. Could be a whole story in itself. All right, be consistent. Consistency. Consistently reinforce your boundaries. People will take your limits seriously if they see that you are committed to them. Really, really big thing. Like I said, for me, now going into relationships, I let you know up front, don't come to me being super sexual because that's not me.
Yeah.
So whenever we start talking, I can't be in a situation where because you really want it, I'm gonna do it this time, but the next time I'm gonna say no. Or even outside of the relationship, like even with friends or family, there are certain things that you know you're not going to accept from them, but because you want to belong, you allow it to happen a couple times, then you say no, but then you allow it, but then you say no. We don't give me a reason to respect what you're saying.
Yeah.
What you saying you want, what you're saying you don't want. Give me a reason to respect it. So don't dumb down to what you say you want because I put the pressure on you.
True.
Because sometimes I'm going to just push your button to see if that's really what you about.
Oh, Lord.
I want to see if you as real as you say you are on paper. If you can prove that to me, you got me. But if I catch you slipping, not me, but y'all know in general.
You ain't going to push the envelope.
I'm going to push the envelope. I'm going to put a stamp on it and mail it.
So going back to what he said, the next one is actually use non-negotiables.
God,
Identify non-negotiable boundaries that you are unwilling to compromise on. These can be related to core values or principles.
Yes,
or principles. So it just goes. Like, what will you stand for? Don't accept it in the beginning. Stand on it from the beginning. And if it's something that you just will completely not tolerate, let that person know that so they know not to even try you, like Tazz is trying to do. Let them know. Let them know not to try you. And if they do try you, then they already know it's a non-negotiable. So that's already red flag.
Which is why I find myself living single. No roommate no more. Because once I set a boundary, and it's okay to lose people because of the boundaries that you set. Mm-hmm. So for me, whenever I set a boundary and I said this is what I'm not going to allow in my household where my name is on the lease. Whenever I set that boundary, because he knew what he really wanted or where his mindset really was, you would much rather be out trying to search and find something because I don't want to. My boundary said no illegal XYZ in my home.
Well, and if anything, to me, that just shows right there somebody trying to be accepted where they weren't accepted in the first place. You're just trying to get in somewhere. Mm-hmm. That's what that is to me. You're just trying to get in anywhere. You're trying to fit anywhere that you don't necessarily fit, and that's not always a good idea anyway.
Last one, because JR got to get on a plane and fly out somewhere.
Got to fly out somewhere. Huh? Oh, we got time to cover the. What's this? 1, 2, 3. It's only about 4 more of these.
Okay, let's go then.
Last 4.
Understand possible consequences. Be prepared for potential reactions from others when you said we just talked to. We should have read this ahead of time. Understand possible consequences. Be prepared for reactions from others when you set boundaries. Some people may not respond positively, but it's essential to prioritize your well-being. Hey, like I said, once I set that boundary, he decided to leave, which goes back to what I said before. Sometimes people will leave on their own.
Yeah. Most of the time they will. When
I set a boundary that said that this is what I'm not going to allow. Yeah. I care about you and I've been knowing you since 2002. But whenever it comes down to you being a roommate, not even a relationship, you a friend, but whenever it comes down to you being in my home, this is what I'm not going to allow. This is my boundary that I set. Because he couldn't do it. He left.
That's fine. That's on him. Next one we got here is seek support if needed. If you find it challenging to set boundaries or encounter resistance, consider seeking support from friends, family, or even a therapist, which is my favorite is a therapist, personally.
I would seek support from a therapist, and if it was a friend, it would only probably be you because I don't have too many. Family, I don't know. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. Some people only tell you, when it comes down to friends and family, sometimes their advice is what they know you want to hear.
Sometimes it is.
And not what's necessarily best for you.
That's conflicting.
Yeah.
It's very conflicting.
So you have to be careful when getting that.
But you also have to know, the person giving it, you also have to know that it's okay to be the bad guy. Because you're not going to always say what people want to hear. But
that's why I don't have I have no yes men in my life. None.
That's how it's got to be, though. You need people in your life that's going to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear.
Yeah. What were those about this? This one is good. Practice self-care.
You just skip one?
Did I? No.
Respect others' boundaries. We got that?
That's what we just did. No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
It just sounds the same. Respect. Well, no, it's not the same. Respect others' boundaries. Show respect for others' boundaries as well. Healthy relationships involve mutual respect for each other's limits. That is the best way to have a dope relationship in business,
Personal,
romantic, personal.
all of it.
Respecting boundaries. Whenever I learned that JR was going to be my husband, I was like, I'm just going to treat him as such. Like, we have an understanding.
Lord.
But it's important not to, which means it's not only important to be heard, it's important to hear.
Exactly.
Effective communication.
There you go. It's not one-sided.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have to be open, because just like they may not necessarily be into what you're into, you may not be into what they're into, which will then give you the opportunity to be like, okay, this is a good fit for me, or it's not a good fit for me.
Right.
You just have to be willing to accept the fact that you may want somebody in your life around you that's probably just not meant to be.
So I have to say this on record, okay? Ladies, I'm talking ladies.
Ladies.
Specifically. Y'all,
I can't
if
stand
y'all
him
on
for
YouTube,
this.
y'all can see me. I'm doing the
I
eyes.
can't stand him.
Right to the camera. So, and this might get y'all attention. Communication is bisexual. It goes both ways. Just thought I'd let y'all know that. Don't choke, man. Wasn't expecting that response, huh? Don't choke. Don't die on me.
That's a special reel right there.
Don't die on me. We got one more.
Communication is bisexual. What you mean?
Communication is bisexual. It goes both ways.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just you talking
But
and one person listening, but you have to listen while the other person talks also.
yeah, he said communication is bisexual. Hey, Trevor or Matthew, whichever one is on my phone, I'm recording. I'm going to call y'all right back. Communication is bisexual. I liked it. I thought he was about to say, and I am communication. I was about,
What? Tazz got high hopes, yo.
I got high hopes for the living. Shoot.
Oh, Lord. All right, last one.
Wait, it's your wait. Can I just start calling you communication?
No, you can't. Nice try.
I thought he had a new name, y'all. JR Communication.
Not at all. All right, y'all. Last one. Practice self-care. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care, believe it or not. Prioritize your needs and well-being, and don't feel guilty about taking care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
You cannot feel guilty about setting boundaries, because that is something for you. It is not for anybody else. It is for you and only you. And if the people that you set boundaries to feel a certain way, or feel disrespected, or feel like that don't fit because you decided to set a boundary, then guess what? That person is probably not for you. Yeah. Period.
And they'll make you feel guilty even whenever they know that you're right.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't want you to be right. So they'll be like, are you sure this is what you really about? Or no, you really want to. Because if I can get you to break.
Yeah, you think you can, but I'm not responsible for how you view me.
Mm-hmm.
That's all up to you.
I'm not responsible for how you view me. A lot of people don't understand that.
They don't, because they don't want to.
Which is why you have a lot of people who go around living life but not even knowing who their identity is. Because they became so invested in what everybody else like, or when everybody else see me, they like this.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm gonna give.
And see, I'm the opposite. I don't care.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's why I don't really do like a lot of the social media and stuff, because it makes people reform to a certain way of thinking. Now, of course, I'm not against anybody who does it. It's personally, it's not my thing. Excuse me. I prefer to be left alone most of the time. I keep telling y'all, I'm an introvert. Like, I don't like to be around a lot of people or a lot of different opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, some different opinions are cool, because everybody having a different opinion, makes things grow and change. But if your opinion is just completely far out there, and you want me to conform to your way of thinking,
it's never gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen at all. If I see where you're coming from, and I agree with it, then maybe there's a chance. But more than likely, I have my own ways of thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I might take something that you said from that particular point, and I might apply it to my point.
Yeah.
But there's no way that anybody can get me to conform to any one way of thinking, because that's just not who I am.
Yeah, because I mean, whenever you conform to what somebody else wants you to think, it goes back to the illustration that I gave, to where you start living your life according to somebody else's vision.
Yep.
And then once you do that, you lose who you are, because you're so invested on, because I've been doing this for so long, and this person has become whatever to me. But it's only because they're attracted to me based on a lie.
Yeah.
So if I do the opposite of what they are used to me doing, I lose them. Relationship, family, whatever. So because I don't want to lose it, or I'm put in a situation to where I have to decide, do I want to continue to live this lie until whenever, or at this point, do I just want to say, okay, look, just like on the Shy, before y'all vote for me, based on who y'all think I am, if y'all really want to vote for me, this is who I am.
Let me show you all the real me.
Let me show you me. Let me live my truth so you can't hold it against me once you find out. Because you're going to see me with this other person.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to wonder why you don't see me with this person y'all think I'm supposed to be with.
At the same time, I want y'all to know the real version of me and not a false version of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to vote for me and base your opinions on me based on who I actually am,
mm-hmm.
not the person who you want to paint me to be.
If you're going to be in a relationship with me, love me because I love and like this, and this.
Yeah.
Not because you told me, which is why there are some questions in the first 2 or 3 days of getting to know, I either don't ask or I don't answer. Because whenever somebody asks me, what do you want in a relationship? Oh, I want this. If I really, from the first day, if I really just want to be with you, you just told me everything I have to do to fool you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good idea to always take the time to get to know somebody. Like we were saying before, take sex off the table
mm-hmm.
for a lot, and eventually you'll see somebody's true intentions, because now their judgment is inflicted. A lot of time people don't even know you, but they want to fuck you.
Yep, in 2 seconds.
So they'll take everything that you're saying with a grain of salt, because eventually they feel like they're gonna get what they really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But that truth is gonna come to the light eventually.
Anywho, look, so today I just wanted to just do some real talk, because we have so much of everything else going on. We have this whole presidential election and the political side of life, where we're trying to figure out what's going on. Where if I'm a felon, I can't vote, but if I'm a felon, I can still be your president.
Still trying to figure that out. How you can vote for the president? You can't vote for the president,
but you can be the president.
You could be the president. Like
make it make sense.
Like you can't vote for somebody else to get the job, but you can apply to get the job.
You could be what do you think about that, though?
Only in America you can do that.
Yeah, that's strange.
So.
But yeah, I wanted to provide something different today, because I think there's enough reality TV.
Oh yeah, way more than enough.
So we're gonna start bringing you guys some substance, things that you can live by or live with, because I'm learning daily, and I'm learning at 41 that everything I thought I knew, a lot of it was wrong. Where can they find more information about you, Jay Aura?
Of course, you can find me on Instagram at lionheartjr. You can check out all of my apparel at www.thelionheartcollection.com. Tazz, where can they find some dope music?
Of course, I am Trevayne on all platforms and website www.iamTrevayne.com. Do me a favor, if you all are looking for something different as opposed to social networking, or you just want to be a part of a new dope social network app and site, do me a favor, go to ilovetopics.com. You may see JR comment before the end of the year. I don't know.
I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna be more active. I promise. I'm working on that.
Especially since you got this new phone.
I know, right? And I'm working on my social battery too. So.
You gonna post pictures because you got this camera?
I don't know. I could,
Hey.
but not of me.
Post some videos. You got 4K and cinematic.
I know, right? They just won't be of me.
That's what he think. He don't know how many I got just on the side. Well, I'm just no. Don't ask.
Sounds real stalkerish.
Right? Don't ask no questions.
he said so.
Why are you concerned about the important stuff? We just make stuff up here.
Lord.
Anyway, it's your boy Tazz.
And your boy JR.
And you are watching and listening to the Intro Podcast. We will be back next week with some more good content. In the meantime, in between time, follow us on social media at the Intro Podcast, even on TikTok like that. Do me a favor, follow me on TikTok also, iamTrevayne. We're building our TikTok page. So yeah, I love you guys and thank you for your love and for your support. Those of you who have been with us since the duration, all the new viewers, the new listeners, love you guys. Holla at y'all later.